What is up, everybody? Welcome to Untamed Reptile Podcast. I just want to make a quick shout out because I actually got some cups in, and they're called I Love Cups. They made me some cups in. They're with the new logo, big flexing logo on it. I'll get one and show you guys real quick. I'll be back. Hold up. Okay, got it. I got it. Sorry, guys. So the cup looks like this, and it says Big Flexing.
And where'd you get that one again?
From I Love Cups. They walked into the restaurant. They're like, "You got something you want to be made? I'll make you something." And they made me that. What's up, Shelby?
No, are they based out of San Antonio? Where are they based out of?
San Antonio.
They got a website, Facebook. Where they got?
That I'm not sure. I know she has a phone number where you can reach her. I think it's only phone number for now. They're just starting up, but that came out really nice. It's clean. But it's called I Love Cups. I want to tell them thank you. They're actually making me sponsor shirts right now, so I'm gonna send those out. So I got one coming to you, Tanner, as well. So I'm gonna send those out as soon as I get them.
What up, DWR?
They're just doing amazing things. That's Shelby. She's awesome. I love her. What's up, Bohemian Exotics? Carissa. What's up? All right, we're gonna shout out some sponsors real quick. If you need stickers or any reptile accessories, go to Hognose Hub, type in Untamed, and you get 15% off on checkout when you check out. What's up, Lolo? And then if you go to ship your reptiles, if you're trying to ship out, you type in Untamed as well, and it's $15 off, not 15%, $15 off. And I also want to make a quick shout out because I was on the radio podcast station here in San Antonio. It's at the Tejano station, it's 106.5. I was talking about the podcast and let me talk about, about the podcast and then what it was about. It was about educational, teaching people about reptiles and welcoming others into the community / hobby or the industry, the reptile industry. I also talked about U.S. Art, what they did for us and for our reptiles. And on that, Tanner, you got anything else?
Not off the top. You pretty well covered the intro stuff. So up next, we've got just bring them in.
Yeah, Braden and Mike, guys, welcome from Diamond Serpents. Oh, almost clicked you backstage, Tanner.
What's up, guys?
Live.
What's up, everybody?
Braden, that's Mike.
Hey, thanks for having us,
guys.
I appreciate it.
Oh, hold on. My AC's on in here. It's loud. I can't hear you guys. But go ahead and tell us about yourself. Drop where people can find you. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever.
So you could follow us on Instagram. We're Diamond Serpents or Diamond_Serpents. On TikTok, we're Diamond Serpents as well. Make sure you guys go follow us on there. We're a father and son duo. My son got me into reptiles. This is Braden. He's 12. You want to tell him a little bit about yourself?
So I want to be a breeder when I grow up. I want to have my own studio by I'm 15, and I'm only 12 years old right now.
So
say that again, just a little bit louder.
Say louder.
So I want to be a successful breeder, and I want to have my own studio by the time I'm like 17, 16. And my first ever snake was a ball python, and I'm only 12 years old right now.
He's nervous, bro.
He is
But I get it. I get
nervous.
it. I get it because you're in front of a lot of people watching this, so I get it. But he's doing it. He's doing it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna get comfortable. We're gonna let loose. We're gonna have
Oh, yeah.
fun.
Yeah, just sit back, relax. It's nothing. It's two people you guys talk to all the time. Just
Yep.
focus on that.
That's all you got. That's all you got to worry about.
Yeah, I'm Chris. You remember me? You know me. That's Tanner. Good Exotics.
Yep.
Could you
So-
see him around? Should I put it down a little bit? There you go.
There you go. That looks better. You can actually see his face now.
Yep.
Braden, what's in your hand? What you got there?
A purple pastel boa.
Purple pastel boa.
Sharp sun glow.
And who'd you get that from?
We got this from Graceful Serpents Patrick on TikTok.
Oh yeah. There you go, brother.
Yeah, look,
And-
1 second.
And what do you got in your hand, Mike? Too?
This is a coal albino jungle.
From
The light's not
also,
gonna really.
yeah.
This
It's
is
kinda bright.
from.
Yeah, it
Hmm.
happens. A lot
Yeah,
of
so
those
this
lighter, a lot of the lighter colored snakes get blown out by light.
Let me see. Yeah, you'll see it. Yeah, we got both. We got most of our collection. A lot of our snakes from Pat over at Graceful Serpents.
I mean, y'all can give him a shout out. Go ahead. Y'all want to?
Yeah, if you guys want to go follow Pat Graceful Serpents, I know he's on Instagram and TikTok. He's a really good dude. He's I don't know if he started a YouTube or not, but he's taking Braden underneath his wing, trying to show him the ropes. Just like a lot of people on TikTok have really let Braden open up and get out of his shell a little bit. I know you're not seeing it right now. He's a little nervous, but he's grown a lot since we started this. So we appreciate all the love and support from everybody. But yeah, if you guys can drop Graceful Serpents a follow, he's a good dude. I know the host, he's helped us out with a lot of stuff that we never asked for, and Chris is a really good dude. So if you
Appreciate
guys
that, brother.
are in here from our shares, please give him a follow. He's big flexing. I think it's Untamed and Hinge on
Unhinged.
TikTok, right?
Yes.
Drop him a follow, and then same with Tanner. He's helped us out with a lot of stuff. We met a lot of these guys on TikTok, and we kind of grew into a family. And they've helped us out a lot. Tanner's given us a lot of information, and every day he texts me and tries to help us out, tries to help us grow as much as we can. So we appreciate you guys. So if you guys can give both of them a follow, and we do appreciate what you guys do for us.
Man, dude, that means a lot. You know, that means a lot.
Yeah,
So
it
you
really
guys-
does. But the big thing is Braden's the next generation. So we are all here trying to help the next generation begin. Because if somebody doesn't teach them, where does it leave them?
Yep.
You've got to have mentors in the community. Otherwise, it's a dead end road.
Exactly.
And like all this, I just want to mention this too. All this bullying going around, like on kids, like these guys with kids. Like if somebody bullied Braden, like we got Braden's back. Everybody's got Braden's and yours back. You know that. We're
Oh,
all
yeah.
here for you.
Well,
It's
that's
just,
what- Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that there's just a lot of that going on right now, from what I'm watching and seeing, and I really don't like that. You know, it's not positive. It's not uplifting. You come on TikTok and now it's just negative. It's a bunch of negative stuff,
Oh yeah.
and I'm just like, man, it's always something new every day, man. It's always something new every day.
It's a battle for me to keep letting him go on TikTok. I'll be honest with you guys. Just with like, it's getting a lot better now, but when we first were on there, man, it was a lot of drama. It was hard to keep pushing past that, but you know, a lot of people talked us into it. You know, Braden and me got, I want to say 5 to 7 messages just when we started TikTok saying that, you know, we were the reason why people got their first snakes, dude. I never even thought that could even be a possibility to some people, that they see me and him, you know, holding snakes, and they're like, wow, he's doing it. He's getting over his fear. I'm going to get my son or daughter a snake too because they want it. I'm going to get over my fear so these kids could have something that's more important to them than, you know, video games or something like that. So it's cool to see. It keeps me pushing as a father, and I want to support him as much as we go. Me and my wife, we do pretty much anything that we can just to support the kids. And the snakes was a big deal because I know my wife was afraid of them, but she's been huge support system. Because at the end of the day, if she said no, we wouldn't have this. So it's nice that just the community all around is supporting the kids. And I think that's what drove Pat over at Graceful Serpents to really step in and help Brayden, because I was posting on like local Facebook pages of Arizona, and people were talking bad about us, like, oh, he's 12 years old, he has no place to be a breeder, and you're a bad dad for letting him get in for this young. I'm like, well,
Where's
first
that
of all,
at?
we're
On Facebook?
in Arizona. Yeah, on Facebook. Some of the
Oh
Facebook
yeah,
groups.
Facebook is the worst. Okay, go ahead. Go on, Mike.
And
I'm
then
sorry.
no, you're good. And then some of the people were just DMing me like left and right, like, hey, he's too young, and you're a bad dad for this. And they don't even know him, bro. Like, you guys seen him, and I tell you the stories that he does. I mean, this kid. Where you going? Why, your nose running? You're good. Come sit down. Come on. You're good. So he goes to school, comes home, takes care of his animals. He plays baseball. His work ethic is like nothing I've ever seen. And if he keeps working and he keeps doing what he needs to do, me and his mom have no issues with giving him everything that he needs and wants for this hobby.
So
Okay.
Brayden, what got you
Yeah.
into snakes? What got you to like snakes? Of all things, I mean, there's a million options. What made you choose snakes?
This is exactly what I was gonna ask Tanner.
My
Great minds
first
think
snake
alike.
was a corn.
You gotta be louder, bud.
My first
Let him-
snake.
No closer.
My first ever snake was a corn snake, and then after that, I've always wanted a ball python, and then I just got more snakes and more snakes after that, and then after I got into way more ball pythons, I got my first pythons imitated.
He wants to know why you like snakes, not about your first snake. What got you into that? What we used to watch.
Oh, we used to watch Brian Barczyk, and he got us into spiders, lizards, and snakes.
So Brian Barczyk was your inspiration.
Yeah.
Mine's too, man. Mine's too.
He was an
Yeah.
inspiration for a lot of people. He was a good guy.
I had to slow him down. He was getting ahead of him, so I wanted him to just like.
Oh no, we were gonna let him go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he can talk, bro.
This is all about him.
Yeah, it's all about you. You know,
Yeah. So what else?
Diamond Serpents.
What's your favorite snake? What are you most excited about breeding?
A Python vivicatus.
Oh, which
A
one?
what?
But Python vivicatus, more known as the Burmese python.
There you go.
That's his favorite. We've been working on scientific names, man. So I'm very proud of him that he remembered that. He works hard, dude. So that's
Hey,
that's-
Brayden.
Scientific names are kind of hard for me to pronounce too. So
Oh yeah.
that's hard for me to say too. I'm not even trying to repeat it because I'll probably kill it.
Ashley said, "Take a deep breath." She said, "Take a deep breath, buddy. Just like going live on TikTok. Have fun with it."
Yeah, that's it. That's the same thing.
It really is. It's no different. You've talked to both of us a million times sitting there in the boxes.
You all right? You good?
Yeah.
And you
I'm
know
sick.
most of the people that are here. Because Lolo's here.
Yeah,
Ashley, my
shake it
wife,
off.
is here. The
Just
people that are
shake it
watching
off.
are the same people that you talk to every day.
Every day.
Every day. I know you do sing. I hear that you can't sing.
Oh, you sing?
What? Braden's going to sing for us now?
No.
Wait, Brayden, you sing and we'll get Mike to dance.
See, look, everybody's saying they love you.
Hey, it's not no different. This is just a different platform. That's it.
So, I wanted to say, well, this is gonna be like a question for you to answer too, Mike. Because as a father and son duo, like I know you just said y'all do get some negative feedback and stuff like that, but like do y'all get like more negative feedback than that, like for like maybe using Braden, to make money or something like that?
Uh, fortunately, no, we haven't had any of that yet. At least I haven't seen it. I'm
Because
sure
there's
it's out there, bro.
I
I'm
only
sure
ask
that
that because there's something like that going on right now, so I'm just asking if you got anything like that, and like what would you say to something like that,
as long as it's in, if you're not, so in our instance, like I don't even think about that because I know in the back of my head that's not even an option. You know what I mean? Like that's not even what I'm in this for. So like to be honest, with when you brought it up, I didn't even, that never even crossed my mind ever. But I'm
Yeah,
sure
no.
it's out there. And
Yeah,
now that
I
you
don't
brought it
know.
up, that's a good point. I don't even know what I would say to that. I mean, I feel like everything that's not genuine is gonna be brought out to the light. You know what I mean? Eventually something is brought out to the light. So if you're watching, if anybody's watching this and you are that type that's say, using, your child to gain profit, it's going to come to light. It's not good. You know what I mean? But if you are that person that's really going in for your son or your daughter and you're supporting their dreams and you're working towards their dreams, don't worry about what people say. What do they, I mean, most of the time they're behind a keyboard. They're never going to say anything to your face.
Never.
Just keep doing what you're doing and grow that bond that you have with your kid, because I'll be honest, like honestly, the only thing that I really gain from this is just spending time with my son. I let
And do you?
him.
Oh,
What's
go ahead.
that?
I'm sorry. I was just
No,
gonna say. I was gonna ask you another question, but I was just gonna ask you, like, do you feel like reptiles have brought you and Braden closer?
100%, 100%. So with baseball, that's what. So I've been playing in the backyard with him since he's about 3 years old, but that's like more of like business, like I'm really hard on him with baseball. Like, hey, dude, like you got to do this, you got to go work out, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm at the games and I'm critiquing him. I try to give as much positivity as I can, but he has his mom and grandma for that. But I'm like, hey, I want to make you. He told me when he was very young, was like, hey, Dad, I want to get to the next level. I said, if that's what you want, I will be that guy that will push you to your limits. And if you're okay with that, you just need to tell me and let me know if it gets too much. And he loves it. My wife gets a little crazy, but the reptiles is kind of like this is me in his zone. Like, hey, Dad, like this is more like a father and son relationship than baseball is like really like business. If that makes sense.
Oh,
Yes.
wholeheartedly, yeah.
Yes.
Also,
So
Braden, did you see who popped in and said hi?
Yeah. Look.
I can't see any comments.
Oh, it says South Bay Reptiles. Josh is in here. He said had him over at
What
my
up, Josh?
shop. Amazing kid, Mike, and an amazing father. For you that don't know, Josh, South Bay Reptiles is sponsor of the podcast.
That's
He stayed.
another. Is he really?
Yeah, he's right there on the bottom. Look right there in the corner. It says South Bay Reptiles, SBR, and the sponsor
Okay.
the sponsor area. So right
There we
under
go.
CNB Reptiles is right there.
That's awesome. Sorry, now I have the chat pulled up.
No, you're good.
Yeah, I didn't even know I could do that. But Josh is another one, man. Like when Braden went over there, he called me right after he left Josh's facility, and he was like, and even my wife, she was like, he could have went on live the whole time that he was there. He could have done this and done that, he's a streamer, so he could have used that for clout, right? Like, because a lot of people know Braden on TikTok, and he could have been like, oh, look at who's at my shop. But Josh took the time out of his day to have my son and his friend and my daughter and my youngest son and my wife, and he was just open to everything. He said that Braden was like a kid in the candy store when we went there, or when he went there. I wasn't able to make the trip, but my wife had nothing but good things to say about Josh. And as a dad, I appreciate everything that he did when Braden was there, because that's amazing, man. And to have somebody that big in the reptile game work with Braden, because we're gonna keep it on the down low. We'll explain it later as we grow, and if you guys want to be along for the ride, you guys can. But I don't know if Josh wants us to say anything yet, but I'll give a little teaser. So Braden and Josh, if everything goes well in the future, they'll have some world's first. I'll just say that. That's all I'm gonna say. So it's pretty exciting, and for a 12-year-old kid to be working with the guys at his caliber, I think that I'm kind of jealous, and I'm on the I'm on the sidelines on this one. Like
He said, "Don't say anything about the genetics." I love Josh. Josh is
I'm not gonna say anything about anything. I know Braden would probably like give me one to my face because he also like he's smart, man. He's like, Dad, we can't tell them everything because you can't have people counting your cards all the time. And so I learned a lot from him, man. Like it's just let us grow as a family. Like my wife is getting more involved. She's getting stickers. I mean, we go through Lolo, of course, with stickers, but just like bringing everybody. My youngest son is getting more involved. He's trying to get over his fear of snakes. My daughter's trying to get over her fear, and she held her first snake. So just that as a family and then the bond that we're growing over a 12-year-old and just look at all of our relationships, man, that came from a 12-year-old kid. That should show the community like we need to be important. Like we gotta stress how important this is for the kids. Because if not, they come on live and TikTok and they see the drama that's in TikTok and the reptile community. They're not going to want to be a part of it. And guess what? Everything that USARC is doing to help us with rights, they're not going to have any backing if we don't make that to the next generation, because where's the funds going to go from? They're not going to be able to get funded by everybody like they do now. And then guess what? These states are going to keep making stricter and stricter laws on reptiles, and these kids are our future and the reptiles' future.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that going on right now. USARC is going tooth and nail right now with, I think it's 5 different states at this point in time, trying to get it all squared away.
So what is your take on USARC, Mike?
I
Mike
love
and Freedom.
What is your? He hasn't done a lot of research on that. I have.
No, that's good.
I'll get him more involved in that. But I'm big on our rights, man. Like I'm so big on. I don't like big government. I don't want to get political, but I love what they fight for, man. And I love that if you do it the right way, and they're fighting for the breeders that do it the right way, and the people that want snakes. And unfortunately, like look at Florida. Somebody let it out. They started breeding like crazy, and that's what ruins it for everybody. And we need an organization like that will have our back. Because if not, it starts with one state. One state passes a law, then guess what? Another state does, and then another state. And if we just sit back and let that happen, and we don't have an organization that's fighting for our rights, it's just going to keep happening.
No, very much so. Yeah, you couldn't have hit that nail on the head any harder.
And you're right, because I've meeting so many people. Like, okay, I was in the live last night, the wildlife, the one I sent you, the tenor last night.
Yep.
She didn't even know what USARC was. And a lot of people don't even understand. It's not just exotic reptiles; it's exotic pets. So, like squirrels, that's considered exotic pet.
Ferrets, chinchillas,
Yes.
birds. I mean, they fight for all of it, not just reptiles.
And I was trying to explain to her, okay, that's fine. I was just trying to explain to her, it doesn't just involve, they don't just protect the rights of our reptiles. They protect the rights of what you're holding there. And she was holding a baby squirrel, bro.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, that's considered an exotic pet because it's a squirrel. But she was a licensed wildlife rehabilitation, right?
Rehabilitator.
Yeah, a rehabilitator. Sorry. And what she was doing was amazing. She was a little quiet, but she was trying to get out there. She was trying to get people to watch her live as well, like we all do. Trying to get information out and trying to get them to recognize you guys. So when Brandon comes back, I'm gonna ask him a easy question.
Okay. This is if Josh is still in here, him and his team gifted this Burmese python to Braden for his birthday. So that's another one that's pretty cool.
This is it's a berm?
Yeah, this is an ivory berm.
Oh, okay, that's the one the one I thought was retic, right? I was like, that's retic.
Yes, it is.
What's up, Lakers? What's up, Elias? What's up, guys?
Yeah, actually, a question.
So, if you had all the money in the world, what reptile would you buy right now if you could?
A tegu.
Thank you.
Why take you?
Because I've always wanted one of those. I've always wanted one of a tegu.
Does it matter what morph, or you just like the black and white one?
I don't really care about the morphs. That's a
You just want
tegu.
to tegu.
You just want
Yeah.
to take. He's
That's-
like, I'm
That's
gonna get into that.
if a dog was shaved, it's a tegu because they're just puppies. Is all they are.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
like, Tanner, I'll be right back, real quick.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. So, Braden, is there anything that you started and that you're working on with anything that you already have that you want to show anyone? You can say no.
Like breeding wise?
Yeah.
We're working on a banana pinstripe and a banana enchi.
Banana pinstripe and banana inchy.
Yeah.
So, what do you plan? Where do you plan on going with those? Like, what's your end game?
Pieds.
It's what? Pieds?
Pied. Yeah.
Louder.
Yeah, so you got to talk with your chest there, buddy. You're quiet.
Pieds. Pieds.
So you want to do banana pinstripe pied?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we think the female is gravid right now. Because she took three meals away so far. She didn't eat 3 meals in a row.
Okay. So you might have did you guys confirm the lock?
Yeah.
Now, can you explain what that is? Can you explain, like, because not everyone that watches knows what that is. So can you explain what locking is?
A lock is where the two tails wrap around each other on the snake, and that's what we call a successful breed.
Lock.
Breed.
Male.
The hemipin from the male.
Yeah,
goes
you're
inside
right.
the female. Goes inside the female.
Oh, you went and grabbed a snake, Chris?
Oh, look at that. Yeah, put your snake up a little bit.
Retake.
Oh, yeah. Let me know if you guys can hear him better. My wife is gonna plug in the microphone.
Yeah.
Chris, your mic's off.
My bad. Yeah, I went and got my female retake. See, she's getting big, dude. This is actually from my sponsor from CMB Reptiles. Sent her on over here.
Can you guys
Oh,
hear
yeah,
us
she's
better
still
with
a
these
baby.
microphones?
I mean, she's big from when we first got her.
Hello. Did you guys hear us?
Yeah.
Is it louder with the microphones on?
Yeah, we can actually hear you now.
Okay.
So, like, speaking of wholesome, South Bay, he's wholesome too. Like, he sponsored us, sent me a hat, which I wear to the gym. He sent me like a shirt. I think he was sending me a shirt. I don't know if it got lost, but I never got it. But
Just call him out like that.
But no, he's there. Like, he's always there when you need somebody to talk to. Like, I message him, he talks back. Like, he's always quick to respond. So I love Josh. Josh, I love you if you're there. I appreciate you, brother.
He called Braden, and I think Braden almost fainted when he realized who was on the phone with him. But yeah, he's a good dude, man, and I'm very grateful for the community that me and my son are building right now, especially on TikTok. The family's getting huge. And I appreciate all the love and support from everybody.
She's not hit shy.
Oh, yeah, and it's all one step at a time.
Oh yeah,
Bro.
Yep.
It's always gonna be one step at a time. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, but everybody's gonna see it like, for who you guys are, like the way y'all love. I mean, the way you cry, bro. That's love, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
I wear my emotions on my sleeve, bro.
Oh, we know.
So Braden, when you started doing reptiles, were you ever afraid of reptiles at one point? Or you just were like, I want a snake and got one?
When I first started doing reptiles, I was afraid. When I first started doing reptiles, I was afraid, but I'm not scared of them anymore.
So you started off scared of them?
Yeah,
So why were you scared of them?
because they were my first time ever having creatures.
But what made you scared? Were you scared of the bite?
Are you scared to get
Yeah.
bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. A
So
lot of
what
people always
helped you
say
get
they're
over your
slimy.
fear?
Sorry.
Kind of
Go ahead.
you took your bite, and then you realized that it wasn't nothing to be afraid of.
So I got my first bite, and then I realized it was nothing to be afraid of. So I'm not scared of them anymore.
Well, you respect them.
Good
So you
answer.
said,
Go ahead, Tanner. What were you gonna ask him?
He just answered it.
Oh, what made you become over your fears?
Yeah.
yeah, he got his first bite. I think that's with anybody, even with me. I think it's the strike that scares people more than the actual bite, depending on the species. Like
So a
especially
lot
with
of times
dogs.
it is. A lot of times people aren't. The bite is what scares them, but it's due to the strike. It's a jump scare.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh
like
yeah,
if you remember, years ago there used to be a video going around YouTube of a car going down a hill, and at the end of the video there was a face that would just pop out at you.
oh yep.
It's the same theory. So it's jump scare. It's also the most common thing used in like a haunted house. It's
Yep.
jumping out at you, so it scares you.
I
It's
think
not the bite. Let's be realistic. The
the way
bite from
they
a
arch
ball
up,
python
too.
is getting like rubbing your finger across a piece of Velcro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I could agree with that, Tanner.
I think when they're like a big female, probably like 3,000 grams or more, that could hurt a little bit.
It does.
It won't.
But
It won't.
It's
nothing
nothing
like
more than a
people
bee
think.
sting.
Yeah. It's nothing like what people think.
Only certain times.
I hear you.
Only certain species of the snake. When you get bit, it would hurt.
Oh yeah, sir. Yeah, like he knows a full size berm. I don't recommend little kids being around with unsupervised for sure.
Oh yeah.
Especially like retics as well.
Yeah.
And that, I kind of treat that how I treat him with firearms. He knows not to touch that or go into the berms, even when they're small right now, to do that by himself because I want him to get into a good routine that like, hey, my dad's not here, I'm not going to touch these, because when they get big, and he'll only be about 13, 14 when they get 9, 10 feet. I don't want him to start doing that by himself and get comfortable by himself because God forbid anything happened, he's still going to be a little kid trying to mess with a big snake like that. So if you are worried about getting big snakes, like as parents, the best advice I could give you is if you feel like your son's ready and you could, or your daughter's ready, and you feel it in your heart that they earned it and they have the work ethic, you as the parent have to make sure that you teach them the right steps. And a lot of people look at us like, oh my God, you have berms for your kid, he's only 12, like what happens? That's why he knows, like, you can't touch them without another person being there, because they can unalive you, bro. Like they could wrap you, crush your cavity in your chest, and that's it. And you have to respect that. I feel like a lot of mistakes happen when you get I'm trying to what word? No, complacency. So you get like very comfortable, and you lose focus of what this animal actually could do to you. And that's where I think a lot of mistakes happens.
Complacent.
Especially with the big snake.
Oh yeah. And that can happen with all sorts of snakes. So Braden, There's a question for you. What are your top 5 favorite breeders? And
sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I already read it. And what's the Latin name for the Burmese python?
The Latin name is a Bison vivitatis, right?
Yep.
What top 5 breeders?
Your top 5 favorite breeders.
The snake, what
like breeders, like people that breed snakes. What is your
like Josh is one of them?
I like everybody.
Well, they want 5, so name
your top 5.
I don't know if he really knows 5, to be honest with you guys.
All right, what's your top 3?
Cat, Josh, and Chris. And Chris.
I don't know. Chris doesn't. Do you breed yet?
I bred ball pythons. Yes, I did. I bred leopard geckos and crescent geckos, but that's about it.
You know more than I do.
I actually sold all my balls, and then my next clutch it was just infertile. She had 6 infertile eggs, so after that I just waited. Now I'm just trying to get them to pack on some weight, before we go again. I haven't tried yet, so
I know, like so let's say, for breeder wise, I know Braden. The only 2 breeders that I know that he really watches that are creators and stuff are Josh over at South Bay Reptiles and Patrick over at Graceful Serpents. That's like the 2 main guys that he really focuses a lot of his attention on. Yeah, Brian. I would say Brian was, he was he bred, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the videos, I know
You
Braden
name
will
it,
watch
he
that a
bred it.
lot. So I mean, those 3 guys are Braden's tops. I don't know. I don't know if you watch. Do you watch anybody else besides them? She doesn't breed though. I don't think. Does Medusa breed?
my co-host, no,
Yeah. No.
not yet. Well, I don't know because one of her boas is pregnant, so
She is getting into it. This will be her first
yeah,
clutch.
her first clutch or her first
It's her
litter.
first pairing, so
Right? What is boas? Clutch or is it a litter? No, it's
Litter.
different. Yeah,
Boas
her
are a
first
litter.
Yeah.
you have a
That's
litter of
enough.
boas and a clutch of eggs.
Oh, you want to tell him about your story with Pat? How he had to go over there and help him with the
So
live
there's this one time we had to go help Pat when he was like really sick. He had his boa laid eggs, like
eggs. Live birth.
live birth. And how many infertile eggs did he have?
28.
He had 28 infertile eggs. What kind of boas were they?
I don't remember them more, but I
Jungles, right?
think so.
They were like, it was like the call, right?
I can't remember. To be honest.
They're like white and orange baby boas. The babies that got hatched. No, wait.
That was late.
Laid. They're like white and orange and black and yellow kind of.
It doesn't matter about the morphs. Just tell them the story though. Like what?
So Pat was like really, really sick. So we had to like wash them. We had to clean them. We had to make a tub for them, and we had to. She was like 70, 50 pounds, right?
She was
Heavy. She was full grown too, and she was kind of a jerk. But,
She was a little feisty.
yeah. So and then we had to there's like 7 babies, right?
something like that. Yeah.
There's 7 babies that we got out, and they were all like pretty babies.
And so, how was that experience for you? Did you enjoy doing it, or?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's what got you like the boa fever.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
What's that?
How long ago was that?
That was
Last month.
yeah, about last month. So Pat was, I think me and Brandon were sitting down for dinner. I'll tell the story. He's nervous, so
It was lunch.
so I'll tell a better story. So we were.
Lunchtime.
Was it the day when it was a weekend, right?
And when it was raining and all that.
Yeah. So I don't know. We were sitting down eating, and Pat called me like a couple days before. He got sick, and I know that a boa was getting ready to breed or to lay. And then he called me. He was like, "Hey, bro, I can't even get out of my bed. I need your help. She just had her babies." So Braden's like, "Yo, we gotta go." Before I even got off the phone, because I had him on speaker, Braden already had his clothes on, his shoes, and he was like, "Dad, we gotta go." I'm like, "All right, dude." So we get in the car. We drive about an hour and 20 minutes to get to his place, and this experience for me too was pretty intense. Like it was almost like you're doing like giving birth to a kid. Like they still have the umbilical cords attached, and
Yeah.
they were still in the sack, and so me and Braden jumped on that, and Erica, his wife, was helping us too. And it was like almost like a fight or flight because I'm still kind of terrified of snakes. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like I still have that fear a little bit that I'm trying to get over. But this big boa was there, and Pat was like, "Hey, just be careful. You know, she just laid. She might be a little feisty." So I just grabbed it and put it in the tub, closed it. I was like, I wasn't even thinking at this point. I was like, okay, we just gotta do it. So we get the babies. Me and Brayden start washing them, cleaning them, put them on paper towels, and that was like such a cool experience, especially being this young into our breeding, journey. That was a pretty cool experience. That was another day.
No, it was the same day.
No, it wasn't.
We cleaned the animals and stuff that day. Yes, I swear.
Okay, all right, my
The
bad.
water.
So yeah, while he was sick, I guess Brayden, you were doing that, right?
The water.
Brayden was, making sure the facility was up with like water in the tubs and stuff. Cause, I don't know. He's just a good kid. He, whatever he can help, he helps. That's
I love it.
another thing that I love about him, man. Is his heart. And I hope he never loses that. My goal as a father is to really, yes, you have to worry about money when you're a breeder and you want to open a facility, but I want him to always have what, like Brian, like a lot of people say that they look up to Brian, but they forget you have to love people. And that was one of his biggest things that he preached is you have to love people. And I see some people that say, Brian changed my life, but then they go and they bash people. I'm like, well, you can't have both together, man. Like, if you really want to follow him and follow what he did and what he meant to this community, one thing to change is being like Brayden and being that person that wears their heart in the sleeve and wants to give back so much. And that's one thing I look up to him, and I don't think he realizes that at such a young age that people look up to him already, being this young too, and that's a lot of weight for a kid. I just hope that he doesn't lose that. I hope he doesn't lose that purist and that heart that he has, because I adore him, man, and he really is a good kid.
I don't think he will. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna get more involved. Like the more he keeps learning, the more he's gonna want to be involved.
Oh yeah,
honestly, because
that's another good thing that you said, that the learning, because Josh was one of the first people who was like, "Hey, what's the scientific name of that?" And Brady was like, "I don't know." And then after the live, I was talking to him like, "Buddy, like, this is something that if this is really what you want to be serious about, you can't just come home, take care of the animals. You got to start learning the introduction and the educational side of things, because at 12 years old, if you could start educating already, that's one step above a lot of people. And just being 12 years old and not just, a lot of people, I'm going to say this and tread lightly, ball pythons are not one of the hardest things to breed. I'll just say that. I don't want to step on any toes, but.
Oh no, stepping on toes is fine. That's part of it.
Okay.
We want you to be as real as you can be, because if you're not going to be wholehearted, why say it?
Okay, you're right. So I was telling him, and I keep it real, bro. I'm like, yo, it doesn't take scientists to breed ball pythons. There's not a lot to it, and I was like, you have to figure out. And let's face it, this market is flooded. I said, but you have to figure out what's going to make you be above and beyond everybody else that's in the industry. What are you going to do that's going to separate you from everything else? That's just like anytime you open up a new gym. Like, so say you like gyms. If that's something that you wanted to do and you wanted to open up a new gym, what are you going to do different that's going to separate you from everybody else? And that's the same thing I've been trying to teach him with the ball python. I said, first, you got to learn the scientific names of everything.
I actually got an answer for that, though. I'm going to put a Reptarium on top of my gym.
Oh, there you go.
See? And then when you go down to the bottom, the weights are all like snake heads. Like, I want to make it look like a snake rainforest. Like a rainforest.
Don't say too much, because somebody's going to steal your idea, bro.
I know.
Somebody else already stole it now. It'll be open in 2 weeks.
But yeah, I mean, like, but that's just like for snake breeding. I was like, so one thing I was learning. So when me and Brayden were on Morph Market, I would express to these guys like, hey, this is for my son. He's 12 years old. He's just starting to get used to it. They didn't ask any kind of questions, man. So what I told Brayden, I said, you got to remember this stuff. So when you start breeding, and you got to learn kind of who's buying your animals. If it's going to be a kid that's just going to be a first ball python, you got to vet them and be like, okay, well, I'm not going to send you the one that you like because he's bitey, and I don't want you to get turned off of the snake, because let's face it, if a 12-year-old kid gets a snake for the first time and that snake's always trying to bite them, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to take the time to get over that fear and work with the snake. So that's just going to get them further away from the community. So if he can learn how to vet his customers and learn from that and sell them the right snakes, I think that's going to get him above and beyond everybody else.
Oh, most definitely. The biggest thing that you have to do is and this is any industry, learn how to communicate.
Yep.
Yeah, learn how to take. We say this all the time whenever we bring somebody else on. Learn how to take constructive criticism.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you can't think that it's an attack. You have to you have to be able to take advice, learn from it, either you adapt to it or it just doesn't work out for you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, people give you advice. You have to be open-minded. Like, hey, they've been in it longer. Maybe this has worked for them. Let me see if I could adapt and kind of take that in with what we're doing. But you can't just shut everything out.
One of the things I use as a pointer every time when it comes to down to the ball pythons, specifically the ball pythons, because of how much of a flooded market it is. So on each of your pairings, what is the likelihood of a normal or classic ball python? Out of each clutch, what's the possibility of having classic ball pythons? Because they're the ones that are hardest to move. They're the hardest to sell. They're the ones you're going to have the longest. And if you're breeding 6 clutches and you have a 1-to-8 ratio on normals, which means 1 out of 8 is going to be normal, are you prepared to house 10 additional snakes
that don't move? Yep.
You cut out.
Yeah, that are hard to move. Yeah, no, we definitely have done research with that. And I told Braden, I said, this is something that you have to understand going into it. So we did our homework, and I made sure that we don't pair more than what we could house. So if we're pairing animals, I told Braden too, I said, you got to understand that this is something that might not ever sell. This is not guaranteed. And this is something that you have to be able to be okay with, to love it, to understand its needs. You can't just breed it and then be like, oh, it's just a normal ball python, we don't want it. Because then what happens? Then there goes the care for that animal.
Yep.
Exactly.
Which I agree with the normal ball pythons, but I feel like everybody should have a couple in their clutches, because even just to keep as a breeder, because if you have a lot of heads, prove them out. I think regular ball pythons will help a lot with that. But like you said, a lot of people don't like them. I think they're very pretty. I like normals a lot.
A lot of people do, but
Bosa loves them.
in this industry, there is so many people that breed. I mean, there's thousands of people that breed ball pythons. And if every ball python breeder gets 20 normals in a year, that is 20,000 normal ball pythons on the market.
Yep.
And that's if there's only 20 each in a year. There's also more than 1,000 breeders. Now, do you know 20,000 people that want a normal ball python?
No.
No.
Most people don't. Most people can list maybe 10 that would take one, and definitely not typically as a baby. So usually you have to grow it out some, and that's why I always ask people, like, what's the odds? So, for example, your banana pinstripe.
It's too big.
What's the odds of hitting banana?
A lot. So that's another reason why we did that, because so 2 bananas can make super bananas.
Correct.
So if we could get the super
is your
banana,
pinstripe a banana pinstripe?
yes. Yeah, they're both bananas. So it's a banana pinstripe with a banana enchi.
Okay. I thought you were doing a banana to a pinstripe and a banana to an inchy.
No. So they're both bananas. And then
Oh, yeah.
another
Okay,
pairing
yeah.
that we have is 2 visual pied. So that won't. I mean, it could make a normal visual pied. Yes, that's the banana enchi.
Let me see.
Now, is that your male?
Yes,
That's gorgeous. Bring it up closer, Braden.
it's in shed right now. So
No, she said.
is a shed in there? Oh, okay.
We took it out.
That's gorgeous.
It has spider in it, right?
I don't think so. I don't see it.
Pretty fast.
I don't see it. I'm trying to see, but the light when you put it up close, it just blares it out. It's all white.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to see. You can put it back. Well,
But it's a
What was the
gorgeous snake.
question?
Oh, he was trying to see if it was spider. From Bosa was what was that question? He says, surround yourself by positive people that support your passion. And then Bosa said, classic, super classic, baby. He loves super classics. And
Yeah.
then Josh said, make friends who need normals. We will talk later, Mike and Braden.
That's
Who said
also,
that?
there's a lot of people that need
Josh.
normals.
SPR.
There's a lot of people that need them outside of just breeders. But we'll let you and Josh talk. You guys and Josh talk that one out because that's a conversation that he can have with you.
What's that?
People that need normals.
Yeah, people that need normals. I think he's trying to hook you guys up. Take care of you guys. Hey,
Oh,
Mitzi.
yeah. I can't see anybody's conversation, so it's hard for me.
No, you're good.
And
No,
then he
a
says
lot of it's
that,
just people saying hi.
yeah, and that is a touchy subject. Like
Exactly, Josh.
says.
That's why
Yeah.
I stopped where I stopped.
What's a touchy subject?
People needing normals.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, that's why I said I'll let him finish that conversation with you, is just because that subject is a touchy subject for people.
So I'm gonna go steer away from that a little.
Yep. You
I'm
turn.
gonna go, yeah, I'm gonna do a little U-turn. So what is one thing these animals had taught you and Braden as working as a father and son duo? Like, what have they done for you guys?
Whew. Honestly, they made us be more patient with each other. I think for me, they made me be with this aspect of it. I'm more of a patient dad with him, and I love to see the growth that he has. So I think it's like every day I'm proud of him. When I come home and my wife tells me that, like, hey, he was in there cleaning the snakes and doing this and knowing that he goes to school and does that, like every day is pretty cool and amazing to see that. Good.
Yeah.
Sorry, she didn't want to go in the tub. Classic bring new people to the hobby. $20 classic one day, 1,000 banger next. Yeah, I agree, Bosa. You ain't lying.
Put it back.
Oh yeah.
Put it back. The ball python got away from him.
Oh,
But yeah, I mean, that is definitely what that's taught us is just because we have different opinions on stuff. Like I'll voice my opinion to him about what I think he should breed, but ultimately I like him to make the decisions. I just give my opinion. But I think what really taught us how to work together as a family too.
so that's what they done for you guys. That's amazing, bro. I mean, reptiles do a lot of things for people differently, and bringing you and your family closer together. That's awesome. And for people to watching this and they hear that, hey, let's get a snake.
Did you guys hear me?
And then if it doesn't turn out that it could be for you or not, you can also be like, hey, do you want my snake? Give it to somebody who's worked with reptiles instead of releasing them into the wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did you guys hear me?
Yes, I can. I don't know about Tanner.
What?
Can you hear him?
Yeah.
My mic turned off.
Just speak with your chest and you'll be fine.
So that's going to be a super hard question for, I think, for Braden, because it has to do with, like, do you guys feel like y'all made an impact in, like, like in the hobby over there on TikTok, like the community? Do y'all feel like y'all made an impact
Look at me.
on
This is your
people?
question.
Well, it's for both of
Yeah,
you guys.
Awesome.
I
I
feel
like
I
what
feel
you're
like
saying,
you I
man.
feel like you have too, Mike. But yeah, I want to ask. That's why I said it's gonna be a tough question for Braden, but that's why I asked. Like, I want to hear what
I
both y'all have to
yeah,
say.
I think so.
I agree.
I
I
think
agree, bro.
so.
Oh yeah,
I
without a
don't
doubt.
know. I don't know. I mean, I hear a lot, and especially like what happened for his birthday. That meant the world to us, and it really showed that our name was out there. But dude, honestly, like I had no idea people knew like that me and him like existed to that extent. Like I knew that we had a following. Um, so my main reason, the whole thing behind the TikTok thing, was so he could get at it, dude. He's very quiet, very reserved. Um, and 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 I knew just him being uncomfortable is going to help him grow. And I didn't want him to be the same as me. Like I'm very reserved as when I was his age, and it hindered me with baseball because he has a very important role as a catcher. So he needs to be vocal. He needs to be yelling. He needs to be knowing what's going on. And the TikTok has definitely got him up and beyond. Like this weekend, he was out there yelling at people like, "Hey, pay attention!" And sorry, I got a phone call. It was like just the growth, just not even on TikTok, just the growth in general that he's gotten from the community and people making the questions and coming in our lives and talking to him. I've seen it with everything. Everything in his life has changed. So that's been pretty cool. But just the people messaging me about, like your inspiration of how I want to be a father. Like I never thought anybody would look at me as a great father. Like
Why
I
not?
know my faults and what I see is like, but dude, like the amount of support that I could give to guys, 'cause I don't think guys like and people have even talked about with me getting emotional on this app. Um, as a man, you're taught to hold in everything.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I was
Agreed.
raised by a single mom, man. Like I was never taught that. Like you have emotions, let it out. And I've never been to one that kept it inside.
Big
And
emotions for big people.
if I could tell anybody that, like if you're a guy and you're going through anything, I will give you my number. Don't ever be afraid to call me. I just wanted to shine light on that subject while we're on it. Don't ever feel like you're less of a man. And I don't want to raise any of my boys like that. I raise them hard, and I raise them that life sucks. And as soon as you get to the real world, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be rainbows and butterflies. Like they like what we are on TikTok is I like to be very family oriented, and my cursing is on the low end, but he's not sheltered by any means. Let me just tell you guys that. Like we're very real with our kids. Me and my wife. We whatever struggles that me and her have gone through with them growing up with us because we're young. They know about it, man. Like I try to teach them about money. Like, hey, don't make the same mistake I made. They're very not sheltered, and I didn't it humbled me, dude. Like when I got messages about what me and him have done to people's lives, I had no freaking clue, bro, that was even going on. I still don't believe it. Like it's hard for me to believe that we had an impact on people's lives. And that's pretty amazing, dude. And it's kind of hard to wrap my mind around that, if I could say that.
Bro, your impact, like as a father and son duels, yeah, it's made an impact. You would kind of remind me of my dad, dude. The way you're tough love, but still love him, um, and not sheltered and just being real. That's what my dad taught me too. So I know exactly what you're talking about because my dad raised me to be transparent, to tell the truth. Um, and and going back to Brian Barczyk too, when you said that, he taught us to be nice to people and be good to people because you got to be nice to people. Yeah, but I don't know if y'all ever saw that live where he was talking about that he needed to, fix his burning bridges. When you burn
Yep.
bridges,
Yep.
you gotta go back and fix them. Well, on one live, I know when I started I think the very first podcast I did with John from Arc Adventures, I said I wasn't ready to mend those bridges yet, but eventually I will. I'll reach out to them. I did reach out to like 2 or 3, and I told him I'm sorry, you know, for what went down and everything with the other podcasts and stuff like that. So now we're really good again. We're good. I've reconnected with those people as well. So
And just making that first step, bro, is an improvement, dude. Like that takes a lot. I don't think people really understand how much that takes out of a person to, even if you weren't in the wrong. I don't know the whole story about it, so I'm just saying, like, for instance, like, even if you were in the wrong and you just going out, or even if you weren't in the wrong and you just being a big man and being the first one to apologize or to try to break light, because you how I try to raise him too is like, don't hold grudges, man, because that just hurts you. It hinders you, especially with your growth. Because if you have hate in your heart, man, like, that's not good. And the good thing about, like, Patrick is that me and my son and my family found God through Patrick, and that's kind of what we try to base our. I'm trying to base his, like, I mean, the back of his shirt has Philippians 4:13 is a proverb of on the Bible. Like, you asked me 4 years ago. You have to bend down.
You're a little tall for that, there, bud.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All I see is the black shirt.
You know,
I see
like,
Yes,
Um,
okay, I can do all things through Christ.
4 years ago, that wouldn't even been a thought in my eye, bro. Like, and that's what's crazy about this app, man, and meeting everybody. It's we pray over dinner every night, and that alone brings our family closer. And that's all from TikTok, bro. Like, that's all from me meeting Pat, and Pat, you know, having us over at his facility, and then me and him growing a brotherhood. Like, Pat's my bro, dude. Like, he's my brother. I love him to death, dude. And just like you guys, man, like, the relationship that we've gained, like, you both have my personal number, like, and that's all over TikTok, bro. And like Tanner, like, you setting up, and Chris, like, you being in on that, like, you setting up getting my son one of his dream snakes. As a dad, that you guys fucking mean the world to me, man. Like, just seeing that and seeing what impact my son has on everybody, and the support, it's freaking amazing, dude. Like, just know that I hope nothing but the best for all you guys, like, that supported me and my son, because, like, the joy that I see from him because of you guys too, that's amazing. And I know you guys don't get to experience that because it's over a screen, but, like, just like that whole night, dude, after he got that banana pie,
Do that.
I've never seen him smile that much, bro. Like, and that's what you guys done for him. Like, it's pretty amazing, dude, what snakes and stuff like that could do for people.
But like I mentioned, we do the whole community, because it ain't just us. There's a whole community of people, and the whole thing about the reptile community is helping where it can be helped.
Yeah,
exactly.
So we had the possibility to get Braden something that was a dream for him to have. So if we have the option to do it, this whole community is supposed to be a give and take relationship.
Yep.
So right now we're able to give him something he wanted. Down the road, he may have something that we need. The whole relationship is give and take.
Yep.
And right now he's coming in. And the best way to put it, he is going balls to the wall and getting stuff done.
Yep. 100%.
You want to read that, Tanner?
Braden, they're already reading it. I'll just let them read it.
Oh, they can. Okay.
Mike, you inspire me as a parent to let my boys play with snakes when they get older. I hope my boys grow to be like Braden. That's amazing, Ashley.
That would be
Thank
my
you.
wife.
Thank you.
Little does she know that the
Dan?
2-year-old already holds the snakes.
Bro, and like, see, y'all got really comfortable. Well, I know Mike did. Braden's still kind of shy, but I get it.
Braden's still a little bit shy on the line.
Yeah. I mean, he's still.
But you know what? He's getting into it. Mike's had more practice. I'm sure this ain't the first time he's had his face on a screen.
And look at that, and we're already in an hour, and that went by quicker than, like I said, it's gonna go by quick.
We're on an hour already?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, we're in an hour, so We may,
So that
Chris, this may be another one that we have to do another part 2 on.
oh no, we're gonna definitely do a part 2. I usually keep it 45 minutes, but we actually went over the limit because y'all started talking a little bit more. Because I guess y'all still were, like I said, y'all still were kind of nervous. And then you started talking, bro. Like you got comfortable, so I was like,
Oh,
"Yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna let him go."
No, I appreciate that, man.
And and that's what is exactly what we want. When I bring people on the podcast, they are most likely nervous, and they take a little bit to open up. And then once we get to like midway, that's when they start opening up, start talking, start letting it all out. And that's why I go a
you
little
guys are our
over.
first. I'm so privileged to be on your guys' podcast, man. So this is our first, like anything like this. Like we had an interview with Erica, the Bird and Beauty, on TikTok. She interviewed me and Braden. I think that was like maybe our 3rd live, bro. So we were, that was kind of nerve wracking too. But this is like a bigger platform to me and Braden, because this is where it all started on YouTube.
That was like 7 miles before we went into your guys' room.
Yeah, I don't
And
remember.
then we went into there, and then we came into here. Like, no one was in your room.
Well, you got a last question, Tanner?
Now I'll let you take the reins on this one.
All right, so I'm just gonna ask this question because I always ask everybody, and I appreciate you guys for coming on and saying yes to coming on to the podcast. So I
Thank
love
you
you
for having
guys. I love you, nephew. And your dad just almost made me cry just not too long ago talking about like how he is with you. So and then like my boys too, I get it because my boys when they were here, the reptile community would send them shirts, stickers, you name it, and they get it and they'd be excited. Their eyes would light up, and I miss that. So
It does a lot as a dad, man. It does.
yeah, it does. Seeing them light up just over a shirt or sticker, like, oh, I got a shirt, Dad. It's just awesome. So I get it, brother. But my last question is, if you could change one thing in this hobby/industry, what would it be and why?
Yeah, talk with your chest, dude.
It could be anything.
The bowling.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The
bullying? The negativity?
Yeah.
The negative.
Yeah.
I don't think that one needs an explanation on why.
Yeah. That's why I made that shirt. It says United we stand, united we can stand if we stand together, or something like that.
I guess
But
mine would be if we could all come more together and kind of follow Brian's message in our own way, though, and kind of like, so what I've noticed on at least on TikTok, I won't say the whole reptile community, but the reptile community on TikTok, it's like it's very cutthroat. It's very like there's no room for growth, and you guys are getting bigger, so I'm going to get you guys banned. Like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be.
That's on all platforms. That is a cancel culture.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I wish would change, because if like you guys said, like, I had no idea we were changing lives, but knowing that, I don't care if we have 3 to 3,000 people in our lives. If we're changing one person a day, I'm happy with that, man. If that's our goal. And if anybody ever gets, because I've had people that lost their father and just come to me and Braden because that's something that they miss seeing. And we try to be real. Like, that's why we started doing Pop Darts. But yeah, if we could change one thing, it would be the bullying and just, as adults, I think that we need to do a better job. And we need to stop with the drama.
Well said, bro. I would back that 100. That is well said, brother. Because yeah, I hate the whole like.
That's what you're trying to say. The positivity.
Yeah.
So what was that, Braden?
Oh, I was trying to say, like, tell my dad a short word, like what he was trying to say.
He wanted me to shorten it up.
like positivity.
Why? Your dad made a good answer. He's got to make it. He's selling a point here. But
Yeah.
like Tanner's a badass dude. Like, me and this dude click. He already knows what I want to ask. Like, I was gonna ask that same question he asked in the beginning. Me and him connect. That's why he's gonna do Mondays with me from now on.
That's awesome.
As long as he
And
can get me
people
the
try-
time right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, brother. I had to push it back. Like I told him, I had a birthday party. I'm sorry, brother.
No, you're good.
But yeah, just you're gonna be my Mondays, and then Medusa's gonna be my Tuesdays, and John Wednesdays. It may be John or Mike, depending when he's off and when I talk to him. But these people, like when they come on, have a lot of information. They're still learning. We're still learning, but we're all growing, and they're also part of this, Untamed family now. So I love them for all saying yes to, co-host with me. And then I got a woman's live coming on too. So we're gonna have an all woman's live. I think
That's
that's
awesome.
Jessica gonna run that one. So we'll see what happens on that. I haven't
Yeah,
talked to her, so
I know. Me and Braden were talking about it. Whenever we're able to, whenever we get to the point, and because I started my new career.
yes.
As soon as that comes in, dude, we would love to give donations to you, man, because I love your cause and I love what you do. And you are my brother, dude. We got a really good relationship out of this, and I look up to you in ways, bro. And I just wanted you to know that, and everything that you've done since the day I met you, bro. That you've done for me and my son. You too, Tanner, dude. It's great to meet you guys, and I hope one day that we all get together in person, man, because I think that would be awesome.
Well,
We're
maybe
definitely
we'll
gonna
all be
get in
able to do
person.
that cruise you keep talking about.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys
what
should
happened with that? I thought we were going to Greece.
Oh my gosh. Braden's thing, but I would love to, dude. If you guys are serious and everybody could afford it, and we could do it like in like maybe 3 years, so people could pay monthly. I think we should do a
I'm
cruise,
down.
bro.
I'll do that. I can
I think
pay
we need to get
probably
together and
monthly.
just set it up.
I don't know about Tanner. Tanner didn't say nothing.
I zoned out. Let's be frank.
He said if you can afford payment monthly, right? Plans a year,
Yeah, like so. Yeah, you plan it in like 2 or 3 years.
and then
Oh,
we
yeah.
just pay on it
2,
for the
3
next
years,
2 years.
Yeah. So a cruise, it would also depend on where, because not all cruises accept everybody.
Oh, that's true.
I would want to go to Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico.
You want to go there?
Yeah, that would be an awesome cruise. I think.
How about that
Leave
one,
that-
Tanner?
I don't know.
Leave
I'd
that
have to
in-
look it up.
Okay.
Leave that in
He said he's
Miami.
gonna look it up and let us know.
Oh, I get it.
I'm not shy about it. Just about everybody that knows me knows. Like, I ain't shy.
What? What I miss?
That I'm a felon.
Oh,
That's
You already
another
knew
thing.
that.
So like,
Too bad.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mike. I'm gonna let you finish.
So like me meeting God this year, man, and introducing him to my life, I think that so there was something in the back of my mind, like, yo, you gotta help people, and I've always wanted to be in law enforcement, and just going into the prison, bro. It's like I want to teach people, and then somebody just came up to me and was like, hey, if you want to learn, if you want to take the course to help because we have juveniles in our prison too. They're like, just let me know, and I'm like, that's it. That's what's been tugging at my heart to help these kids, because I grew up in a tough town, and so if I could help them in any way, dude, and just be that father figure to a lot of, because like, let's face it, man, this is another reason why I hope that we change people, because I want people to understand how important you are as a dad to be in your kid's life. Every son needs a dad. So if we could be there and we could just help some of these guys make better decisions, man, and be there for their kids. I hope that changes it too. But just talking like with Tanner, like, people could change, man. Like I know going into this environment, like, people might be scared, but I'm like, I want to help. I want to make sure when they get out, they have successful lives. And maybe reptiles is it. Maybe me and Braden doing reptiles and helping these people, that maybe reptiles could be to where Braden gets big enough that he could give some of these people jobs that they can't get jobs anywhere else.
Dude, I agree. And I got something to add to that, Mike. Now that you say that, because I became a cop because, well, for one reason. So my daughter's mother was dating her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's dad molested my little girl. Went to jail. So I wanted to be a cop for that reason. Was just trying to find the guy that did what he did to my daughter. But while I was in there, I learned discipline. I learned people need help while you're in there, and doing that, helping people, made me want to help people like elsewhere. So when I came into this hobby, I wanted to like uplift people, and then when I came in or asked on people or checked up on people, be like, thank you for checking up on me. You like the only person that checked up on me in a while. Even though they're gone, they're not there no more. I still be like, hey, how you doing? Do you remember me? Or things like that, and they appreciate that. It goes a long way. So
Yeah, and sometimes it is the little things that matter in there. I mean, we've got two different perspectives.
No, 100%. And I've been talking to a lot of people that I've met on TikTok that I know have past prison experience, like being an inmate, and like I want to know like what they look for too. Like, hey, like what did the COs do that could help you? What did they do that made your life a little easier when you were inside? And I've been
just be fair.
Everything. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna do.
You can't choose one side, because the moment you choose one side is the moment they start attacking you and harassing you. We're like, oh well, he favors that person.
Yep.
Just be fair, bro. I've worked that life, and I'm telling you right now, just be fair while you're in there. Treat them all equally, and treat them all like they're human beings, because they will tell you, hey, just because I'm in here, I'm not in here for so and so. You can look up my record, and then you go look it up, and it says they're only in there for a traffic ticket. They'll tell you, like, just have respect for them, just like you would want respect, brother. That's all it is.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, and I'll be honest, before I found God, I wasn't the right person to be in there, because I judged everybody. I'm not gonna lie to you. And now
I'm like, I stopped doing that like back when I was younger. I was like, it's not my job. I'm just wasting my time trying to be like, oh, that guy so and so, that guy so and so.
Yep,
that's not my job. Yeah,
no, that's not my job. A higher power, bro.
But so many miles between us.
I know we went over your 45 minutes, but I appreciate you guys.
No, I appreciate you. If you can stay backstage, we're gonna go ahead and end this live. But before we go, can you and Braden leave a positive message for everybody watching? What's y'all's positive message?
Love people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even this whole live was pretty much positivity, but I mean,
people.
Yeah, just love everybody.
People. Yep, that's one thing. If we could leave that trademark on the world, is just love people, respect people, and love them.
Have you seen? I'm gonna say this real quick. Have you seen the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze?
Yep.
Okay, and you know the part where he's like, "Just smile, be nice."
Yep.
Be nice. That's exactly all it is.
That's all it takes.
For those who've seen Roadhouse, and he's like, "Be nice." He spits in your face. Be nice. He says it. Yep. That's all you gotta do. Just be nice to people, and believe it or not, it opens up doors.
Because you never know what they're going through. You never know what they're going through. That smile could be the reason why they didn't go through with the suicide attempt. You know what I mean? You never know. And I've heard of that, of people, just a smile, and somebody that needed that, they could change their whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So just be that difference. If I could say one thing, just be that difference to somebody.
That's a good ending note.
Anything else for you, Tanner?
Nope.
All right, guys.
I love you guys.
Hey, just wait backstage. I'm gonna put you backstage, but just wait. We'll be right there.
All right.
Okay. On that note, guys, y'all have a good night. We love you. Remember, pick up everybody, cherish everybody, be nice. Lift somebody up. Never put anybody down. Don't judge anybody. You don't know what they're going through in life. On that note, we out of here. Love you guys. Have a good night. You gonna say something?
No.
Oh, it looked like you were gonna say something. All right. Good night, guys.